Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It's good to be back live with y'all. We are live on Facebook page, private Facebook group, YouTube, and TikTok. Y'all know I am Carol Williams with Williams Immigration, the managing attorney at a boutique immigration law firm. We help businesses and business owners when they are hiring someone that's not a U.S. citizen, or if the owner themselves is not a U.S. citizen, we do those visas as well. And we also help family members that are looking to sponsor their family members for green cards. So that's usually going to be a U.S. citizen who's looking to sponsor a spouse, a fiance, a dependent child, and an aging parent. And we all know a dependent child is someone under 21 and unmarried. So I came on tonight. I'm not going to stay on too long. I still have some more work to do. And y'all know I have to have my dinner. So I wanted to pop on tonight and, chat with you guys like I normally do and see what's going on. I see some people are coming in over on TikTok. People that I should probably put my glasses on, y'all. Although, y'all, I did recently get my eyes checked, so I will have a new prescription. So now I just need to remember to put my glasses on. So, hello, Misty. How's it going? Misty's one of our new green card holders, y'all. Super exciting. Let me see. So, if y'all have any questions, you can pop them in the comments, in the chat. Let me see what's going on over here on YouTube. But y'all also know if you don't have any questions, that's cool. Because y'all know I will jump off in a minute and go eat some dinner. So, thank you for the hearts, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for the likes. Feel free to share with friends too. We usually get into some really good conversations. I should say this up front. I will say it again. I am a former USCIS Adjudications Officer. I used to work with inside the agency at headquarters up in Washington, D.C. And I have been or am a lawyer. And I've been a lawyer for 25 years, only practicing immigration. So I am a one-trick pony in that respect, y'all. That's all I do is immigration. And again, I work with employment-based cases, and I also work with family-based cases. I don't do any asylum work. I don't do any deportation defense work. So those are some of my limitations, which I, as y'all know, are happy to tell you what those limitations are. I really want y'all to get some good information, some good educational information. And on some things, I recognize I'm just not the best person for that. But I'm super happy and super able to talk to you about employment-based cases and family-based cases. While I am a lawyer, I'm not your lawyer. So if your questions get way too in the weeds and way too specific, or they are so super broad, like how do I get to the US? I am absolutely going to tell you to book a consultation with the office. You can either do that by going to the website, or you can do that by clicking the link in the bio on whichever platform you're watching on. So every single one of my clients has always begun with a first consultation call, conversation. And it's a really good conversation, y'all. It is a way for me to figure out what's going on and how my firm can help you. And it is an opportunity for you to ask questions and figure out if you even think you want to work with me and my team. Immigration is not for the faint of heart. Immigration takes it takes some time, y'all. You're always asking me about processing times. Immigration takes time. So in choosing someone to work with, it is super important that you really choose someone that you think you can work with for the long haul, that you can work with for a couple of years. Especially in my employment-based cases, I've been working with some companies for, like the whole time I've had my own personal firm, which is, 10 years. Prior to that, when I was working with other firms, you really work with people a very long time. So it's super important that you like working with that person. I always tell my clients, you're not done with me. I don't really go anywhere. I'm always just hanging out in the background, trying to get you to your goal, get you to that next application, get you to that next approval notice, get you, that work authorization, travel permission, get you to be able to go home and see your family, get your family here, get that exact right employee on board, make sure that they have the right visa, then help your employees get their green card. So we work together for a long time. So, let's make sure that you like the people that you are working with. Let's see here. What else do we have? Do y'all have any questions for me? Because y'all know I am quick to go make some dinner. So I will stick around for a little bit longer and see if y'all have any questions. You are welcome to put those into the chat. And then we can start our conversation. But if you don't have any questions, that's cool. Although it makes me nervous that y'all don't have any questions. Like, am I missing something on TV that I should be watching? Because the FOMO is real. The FOMO is super real if I'm missing something that I should not be missing. I feel like I might be missing something that y'all are watching on television. I feel like I have to Google what's on the TV lineup. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Because if not, you know the drill. I will go make some dinner. So if you've got any questions about, immigration in general, pop them in the chat and we will start going through them. All right, you applied for the Biden parole since January, but nothing has happened yet. Yeah, unfortunately, that is super, super normal. So the Biden parole, I forget exactly which countries. It was Haiti. Let me not get to lying. I think it was Haiti, Venezuela. I think there were two others. Cuba. I think there's one at Nicaragua. There's four. I may have gotten those a little bit messed up. Those started being processed as a first in, first out. So, meaning just that, like they were taking the cases in order and processing them. I don't know, maybe a month or two in, somewhere in there, like shortly after they started accepting these cases, they stopped the first in, first out, and basically just said they're just kind of doing them as a lottery kind of thing, like this internal sort of like, we'll take a case when we want to take it kind of thing. So that is what is making the processing times for some people super long, and for other people like super short, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So the fact that you haven't heard anything from January, unfortunately, does not at all surprise me. So this is truly one of those cases where like the mantra is just kind of hurry up and wait, which is super frustrating. What does that say? What does that say? Someone says, I love your glasses. Candy Magic 93, thank you. So funny story about these glasses. For the longest time, I didn't need glasses. And then I needed glasses, so I got my glasses, so that's cool. So I thought I'd had these glasses for a year. I've actually had them for 2 years because, COVID messes with the whole time frame or whatever. And I want the exact same glasses, and I did not see them. I did not see the same frames. So now I feel slightly exhausted about the process of going to look for new frames, y'all. So, because when I'm not live, I actually do wear them when I'm on the computer screen a lot. So I now have a prescription, but now I actually have to go do something with that prescription. So I'm working on it. So you will see probably new glasses in the next couple of weeks, assuming I, make this happen before Thanksgiving. Marriage petition submitted early this month. Decision time says 2 months. Is that likely to change? Absolutely. Absolutely. Processing times change all the time. Processing times this time of year towards the holidays tend to be longer. That is because immigration is staffed with people and not robots and not AI. So just like you and I have vacations that we want to take, so do the folks that work within the agency. And so they are going to take their time off. Folks in the agency have what's called use or lose time. So if they don't use it, they will lose it. Typically, they take that time towards the end of the year or in the summer, especially if they have kids or they are going to a family reunion or something like that. So yeah, your processing time is towards the end of the year, time to slow down. Think about your own lives, right? Your own time frame, your own sort of gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, all slows down, for work purposes. For holidays, it absolutely ramps up. But yeah, so the processing times are going to slow down, most likely towards this time of year. But processing times are always moving, they're always fluid. So do I think it will change from the 2 months? Absolutely. Do I think it'll get longer towards the end of this year? Sure. Beginning of the year, next year, do I think it'll speed up a teeny bit? Absolutely. It's just kind of what happens. Zoe asks, hi dear, how long take EAD after biometric and RFE? I don't know. The Immigration Service is not bound to any specific time frame when it comes to responding to RFEs, unless it is an employment-based case. And then, even with employment-based cases, they try to stick to the same time frame with which they originally bound themselves. So either 15 calendar days or 45 calendar days, depending on the type of employment-based case. But if it is a family-based case in the EAD, as long as they want to take, unfortunately. But yeah, so there's no set time frame for them to respond to those. But it is a really good sign that and I know some people completely disagree with me. I think it is a really good sign that you have the RFE because that means your file was being looked at. So your file came off the shelf, went on someone's desk, and someone is looking at it. I always take that as a sign that someone is looking at my files, which is great. Now, I don't particularly like getting an RFE. I'll be honest about that. But I do like that is clear evidence that someone has looked at my case. What's this? I have to tell you, this shirt is also hard. So y'all, okay, I need to be smarter about this. I need to be wearing solid colors so I can see the screen better, but that's my problem. What's the step to start filing for the green card on marriage? That's such a really broad question. That's really a consultation question. The first step that I always do is a consult and an analysis of your facts. So I've got to gather your facts. I've got to figure out what's going on. What's the best way to file? Where are you in the world? Are you in the US? Are you overseas? So lots of questions that I have before I come up with a strategy for somebody. So that is the first step for working with me is always a consultation. So that's always my first step with folks so that I can see what's happening. My situation is very unique. Can you tell me if you can help me before I pay the consultation? No. And I think that's a very good question that I want to address. The purpose of a consultation is for me to ask you questions and figure out what's going on in your case. That's the sole purpose of the consultation, for me to figure that out, come up with a strategy, and let you know whether or not that is something I think I can help you with. So if you want to talk to me about the specifics of your case because you think it's very unique, then I would recommend that you click the button, schedule consultation, and then we can have a conversation about it. Victoria says, thank you. You are quite welcome. My pleasure. Thank you so much for your advice on my Social Security. Oh, you got your Social Security card. That's wonderful. Always, 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 always wonderful. This appears to be a question written more than once. So we will skip that. All right, what else do you guys have for me? What else do you got? I think tomorrow, check my calendar. I just have to remind myself, I'm going to pop a note in my calendar tomorrow to go live, but wear a solid color shirt. I'm literally putting this into my calendar right now, y'all. I can see the screen and the scrolling. Okay, so that's on my calendar. All right, what else do y'all have for me? What other questions? How else can I help you and be of service this evening? Let's see here. Y'all know I'm a slow scroller. All right, y'all, what else do you have? Because if you don't really have anything else, I can pop off and we can. I really feel like y'all are binging something on TV and I'm like having serious FOMO right now. Someone is saying I need help. The best way to get help from my firm is to click the links and schedule a consultation. That is the absolute best way to get individualized help. What does it mean when your receipt number starts with IOE? The 3 letters at the beginning of your receipt numbers are which service center receipted in your file. So IOE is national benefits. Wait, isn't it IOE national benefits or is that Potomac? I feel like IOE might be Potomac. Oh, I'm wrong. IOE is actually the electronic immigration system. Yeah. I still feel like that might be Potomac though. Hold on. Hold, please. Hold, please. Let me see here. Because I really think that's Potomac. Oh, no, it's not Potomac. It means your application is really being processed online. So that's why it says IOE. But the first 3 letters of your, thank you for holding. The first 3 letters of your receipt notice is where the service center that's processing your case. So like if it says CSC, that's California. If it says EAC, that's Vermont. So just as an example. Yeah, IOE actually doesn't mean that it was electronically filed. It means it's being processed electronically. Because I see IOE quite a bit on my files, which are not filed online. What to look for when you go see ICE? That is a super broad question. But I do not deal with ICE in terms of deportation defense or if someone is detained. I deal with ICE on the student side and on the I-9 audit side. Let's see here. I get this question a lot too, so I will read it out to you. Can you give me 5 minutes of a free consultation? I'm happy to pay for your services if you can help. So the short answer to your question is no, I do not do free consultations. The consultation is an opportunity for individuals who think they want to work with my firm to have a conversation with me. And it is an opportunity for me to figure out what is going on, what are your facts, what's your situation, and whether or not the firm can help you. So my consultations are not free, they are paid. And what you get out of the consultation is good information about your specific facts. So I do not do a free 5 minute consultation. So that was a good question. So I appreciate you asking that. Um, does it move faster that way? Does what move faster what way? Are you talking about filing online, or what do you mean? If you could clarify that for me. But I can tell you, if that is what you mean by in terms of filing it online versus filing it with paper, it depends, quite honestly. Some people have said they've gotten things back quicker if they have filed online. Some people, I know a lot of immigration attorneys. It's all over the map. So it is not at a place where I personally think it is 100% quicker to do it either online or via paper. There are definitely some strategy um, considerations that my firm and my colleagues as well, we talk about this often. There are definitely some strategy considerations that we take into account if we're looking at filing something via paper, which is, kind of the old way, which is fine, or online. And that's just from my 25 years of experience. The majority of folks that I know, the majority of immigration lawyers that I know have also been practicing, well into their double-digit years of practice. So we always bring that prior knowledge with us to our current files. But we talk a lot, so we can, and these are some of the things that we talk about so that we best know how to help our clients. What else y'all got for me by way of questions? Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That was very kind of you. What else do y'all have for me this evening? I don't see anything over on YouTube either. All right, what else y'all got? Because y'all know I will go eat dinner. Well, first I have to make dinner, but then I will go eat dinner with a quickness. But you also know I love coming on here to chat with y'all. What else do we have? Thanks for the follows, guys. I can see those coming in. That's always nice. Why don't I would love if you guys did me a favor. And I'm gonna ask this a couple nights. What are things about your immigration case that y'all have questions about? Not just the questions that you ask me, but what are things that y'all have questions about in your immigration case, whether it's currently pending or whether it's already done? What are questions that you had that kind of kept you up at night? What would you like me to do sort of a longer video on? I'm going to be doing some more filming and want to make sure that I kind of get stuff that you guys want to hear about. So feel free to drop me a DM with those questions and say something like video question. And that way, I'll add that. My team and I will add that to the list. Let's see here. What else do we got here? I don't do any removal or deportation, so I am definitely not the best person to ask about that. What else do we have? All right, y'all. I don't see a ton of questions from y'all tonight. I feel like y'all are like in that final push before Thanksgiving. I think we all are. So I'm gonna give it probably like another minute. No more questions come through. I'm going to go make some dinner. I'm going to log off. I'm going to go make some dinner. And then we will resume tomorrow, where I will be in a solid color shirt where I can actually see the screen a little bit better. You know, it's a little things. My glasses, a solid color shirt. You live and you learn, y'all. You live and you learn. Let me see here. What else do y'all have for me? What else do y'all have for me by way of questions? What do we got here? Choi, you were saying you have questions. Well, Choi, put them in the comments, because otherwise I am gonna go and make some dinner and log off. So, what are your comments? What's your question? As a guardian, okay, guardian to whom? So Choi, are you saying you want to be your sister's guardian? Meaning, okay, yes, meaning that she is a minor. So sibling applications pretty much take forever. It is one of the few processing times that I know. And it is because it takes absolutely forever. So you've got a lot of facts in here. So what I would say is what you've dropped in the chat has me asking more questions in my head than, sort of than like a basic response to give you. So what I would say is schedule a consultation, and then we can dig into those facts, and dig in and see what's happening. Because that's super, super specific. Let's see here. So I hope that's helpful, but that's just something that really we'd have to really kind of dig into during a consult. EAD based on asylum denied because 150 day didn't clock. Can I reapply? I have no idea. I don't do any asylum work. I cannot even begin to tell you anything about asylum. Asylum is just, I haven't touched an asylum case in like 25 years. So I'm not your person on that one. Let me see here. Choi, what do you mean? Did I mean your guard? So the guardian case, Choi, specifically for Choi, your guardian case, you've got to schedule a consultation. That's way too specific for me to figure out what's happening. What you've posted brings up more questions than it does for me to even give you something super broad in general to go away with tonight. So you're welcome to click the link in the bio, get a consultation scheduled, and I can dig in and kind of ask you all the questions that are swirling in my head about what you have put down. But in general, I can say that bringing a sibling over takes quite a bit of time. But you are not just trying to, apply for, like an adult sibling, whatever. You're trying to apply for a minor. So that's a whole different ball of wax to see if that can be done. So click the link in the bio and schedule a consult. My pleasure, Troy. You're quite welcome. Um, Troy, I am not in New York, but I work with folks all over the country. I'm up in New York quite often, actually. But I work with clients all over the country and all over the world. So my firm is virtual. Um, all right. What else do we have here? Okay, the question about EAD being denied because of the 150 days. You've put it in here a couple of times. I don't know the answer. I don't do any asylum work. So I am not the best person for you to ask that question of. What other questions do y'all have? And remember, while I am a lawyer, I'm in the game for 25 years, doing only immigration, employment, and family based. I'm not your specific lawyer. So I cannot give specific legal advice. And Choi's question is an excellent example of that. So I'm actually glad that you asked that, Choi. It's an excellent example. And it's a great example of I have more questions than I have even basic information to provide because I'm on here to provide y'all with basic information, not case specific information. I'm here to educate so that we all, every so often we all learn a little something, something together, which is always cool. Let's see here. My advance parole was produced November 3rd. Okay. It's been almost 2 weeks and nothing in the mail. What to do? Wait. You should wait. Y'all, I say this probably every single time I go live. Every single time I go live. The Immigration Service is never, ever, ever, ever going to process, well, maybe not ever, but really ever going to process something as quickly as we would like. Like it just doesn't happen. So I understand that you want your advance parole. I understand the holidays are coming. I understand that you want to travel using that advance parole. 2 weeks is not at all a long time. It's just not. When you're waiting on a document. Once something gets approved, once the officer approves it, then it's got to wind its way through the system. Then it's got to go to the company that actually prints the card. So they then have to get information. So they then have to print the card. Then they mail the card. So 2 weeks for that process is it's really not a long time to be waiting. One of the, I think, wonderful things about working with an attorney is that you are given your processing times and things like that. Like we give that to people proactively so that they should not really be coming to us and asking us for processing times. When I tell someone that something is approved, I say, hey, something's approved and you should be receiving something in the mail in approximately X amount of time. That amount of time is what I have seen happen in my own practice. So, if I know something's going to take a little bit longer, or, we've got notification as attorneys, because attorneys get very specific information from the agency that they don't, sort of give out to other folks, and that, gets compiled and pushed out to us as attorneys. I pass that information along to my clients, where I can, to say, your case is approved, or we're waiting on some things. So just keep that in mind. But 2 weeks is not, it's not a long time to be waiting at all. And again, I understand the Immigration Service is never going to move fast enough for us. Let's see here. Child married over 21 years old. How long can it take to bring them to the US? Completely depends on what country they're coming from, depends on whether or not the person sponsoring them is a US citizen or green card holder. So that completely depends. If that's a case that you have that is ongoing or that you are looking to start, and you want to hire a law firm to do that, click the link in the bio. We can certainly have a conversation about that, and we can walk through what that looks like based on your specific facts. I'm more than happy to do that. What other questions do we have? Because y'all, I am gonna log off soon. I'm gonna go make some dinner. What other questions do we have? What other questions do we have, y'all? All right, yeah. I don't see a whole lot more questions tonight, which is cool. I really think you guys are all like binge watching something, and I'm like missing it. Like seriously, I always say this, but like FOMO is real. So this has been fun, guys. You know, I love coming on here at night and chatting with you guys. I'm Carol Williams with Williams Immigration. I own a boutique immigration law firm here in the US. I work with clients all 50 states, plus DC, plus internationally. I work with business owners and businesses that are hiring folks where their best candidate that they have found happens not to be a US citizen. So I make sure that we get them the right visa and then later help that company sponsor the employee's green card. I also work with family members. So I work with families. So if it's going to be a US citizen who's looking to get a green card for their spouse, their fiance, their dependent child, or their aging parent. So we do a lot of that. We also do a fair amount of citizenship applications. And recently I've had several inquiries into citizenship applications for people that have criminal histories. Those are super tricky. Those are super complex. Whenever the immigrant or the beneficiary or the employee has some sort of criminal background, you always want to get an attorney involved. Those are super tricky and complex, and my office has been handling several calls about that lately. Hello from North Carolina. So that's who I am. This has been great. If you guys think that you want to work with a firm, work with me, work with my amazing team, click the link in the bio, schedule a consult. Every single solitary client I work with always starts with a consultation. That is a time for me to figure out what's going on with you, get, a ton of facts, and then see if we are right to work together. All right. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will, according to my calendar, be back tomorrow. I will remember my glasses. I will try to remember to clean them, and I will do my best. It is in my calendar to wear a solid colored shirt so that I can actually see what's on the screen. So if we didn't get your question tonight, log on tomorrow and we will do our best to get to it. Have a great night, guys, and I will chat with you later. Bye-bye.